I got started in the industry back in 1988, 1 month after the crash in October of '87. One of the things I did do the first year was start getting all my licenses, because I realized that was going to get in the way. I didn't feel, being not right out of school, but relatively young, I didn't feel competent that anyone would work with me if I wasn't licensed.
It was not easy. It was very difficult to put myself in the position of trying to get in front of someone, and because I was new, there was so much in my mind about making a sale as opposed to helping people.
When I came into the industry, I didn't know what I didn't know. So I found it very difficult working for the two brothers that I was working for, just because they didn't provide a lot of education. So I actually found a mentor that was a female that helped me out and taught me more about the industry.
Well, I think it's really important for people to think through what they really need in terms of income. In those first years, we're investing in our business and investing in ourselves. So I think in the first year, we've got to think through, what do we really need to make? What is it critical for us to have to be able to support our families, to buy food, put it on the table, and to target that as our income? And so it might be $25,000, $30,000. It's probably not a huge amount in the early years.
I started my own company 7 years ago, and when I started, it was you eat what you kill type of thing. So I think it was very meager in the beginning, but after I hit year 3, I was making 6 figures, and it's just grown exponentially every year after that.
I love what I'm doing. I love my clients. I love meeting with them. I love helping them. I love taking them from having assets all over the place to bringing it all together, getting them organized so that they can sleep at night comfortably knowing that their money and their insurance and their investments are being taken care of.
I've always enjoyed what I do. There are times when it's more difficult, when people are calling because the markets are turning south, and you kind of have to talk them off the edge, but let them know that they're in it for the long haul. They're not in it for this week.
I love the fact that I'm able to help people. I love the fact that after 20 years now, I'm able to really work my career to suit me and my lifestyle, and I think that's really huge.
It's faith. It's believing that I can do it. The first year, I made $9,000. Nobody can survive on that. Second year, I doubled my income. Wow! $18,000. Nobody can live on that. But just having faith that I can do it, and I have a very supportive husband.
Commitment was a huge piece of it. Determination and just the drive to help others, and obviously in turn that helps myself and my family.
When I hit year 3, that's where I really feel like I hit my stride. The phone just started ringing. I really didn't have to prospect anymore. So that's when there was a big transition, and I could see a drastic increase in my income, and just working a lot smarter then instead of harder, figuring out what worked for me, doing the networking events instead of the cold calling and the telemarketing.
I'm very thankful that very early on, my manager strongly encouraged me to get involved with an ancillary association. Like, for instance, at that time it was NALUD, now it's NAIFA, and like WIFS or MDRT. Those other affiliations bring to light the purpose, the mission, why we do what we do. So it actually becomes more of a core of the essence of who you are, as opposed to a job where you have to post numbers to keep the job or that kind of thing.
Align yourself with people that can help you really make your career what you want your career to be. Mentors, people who can provide me that wisdom to guide me, direct me, and mold me.
Really understanding what unique, distinctive value do I offer that really isn't out there readily in the marketplace. What gap am I filling? And then I took the next step to package it as much as possible. You know, if there's 20 things that I can do for a client, what are the 7 or 8 things they need the most?
I don't know that I would do a lot differently, because I think you have to learn from your mistakes. I think you have to go through the pain to come out on the other side.
I think that, you know, some of us younger people getting the business think that we, you know, can create the new wheel, if you will, or the new model when it's already been put in place for us. And I think maybe I wish I'd bought into that a little bit earlier. For purposes of more my own mental sanity, and also really utilizing, you know, 60, 70 years of experience.
It's a great opportunity to share ideas with other people, because a lot of times in our day-to-day work, we're in our office and we're somewhat siloed with blinders on, trying to get the task of the moment done. And this way, it gives you a little break. Our monthly meetings are great opportunities to share new ideas and also learn from each other.
I've gotten into a culture of other women who are like-minded, and I feel more supported probably than I ever have in all my years of work. And I've been working with WIFS now for about 4.5 years.
Being on the board has helped me be a better business person. I'm much more focused with my time, I'm much more focused with my skills, I'm much more excited and motivated because I'm giving back as well as also nurturing my own self within this awesome business.
When you get around people who are excited about what they're doing, who are successful at what they're doing, who are willing to share what it is that they've been doing, that's contagious. That makes me excited every time I'm around the group. And that's one of the reasons why I really love WIFS.
I love the fact that I'm helping people. I love the fact that I'm taking somebody who's maybe not in the best place and bringing them to a better place. I feel like a guide. And I'm guiding them to a place where they want to be, but they just don't know how to get there.
There are a lot of aspects that I really enjoy, but I think the core aspect is that we really can do well by doing good. I mean, it's not just a saying, it's true. We really do help people. We really do make their lives better, and that gratification is just such a wonderful aspect of our career.
I got to a certain point in the beginning. I was, again, working with just an office full of men, very money-driven, competing with them. We had weekly scoreboards of who made this much, who made that, and I got really caught up in it. And then I got to a point where, you know, I'm very comfortable in life now. What's really important, time to do what I want to do or just make a lot more money? And that was a changing point for me, how I looked at the whole process. And again, it goes back to taking care of yourself. You can do this career for a really long time, but if you're not meeting the other values or the goals that are important to you, I think you start to sour on it.
You know, this career I think has been uniquely able to let me do the things I want to do. I'm a single mom. I have a 19-year-old now. And when I first started the business 6 years ago, I would tell people I had a 4-year business plan, I had a 6-year business plan, and then I had an after that business plan. And by that I meant in 4 years he'd be driving, so of course my life would change then, and in 6 years, which by the way is coming up very quickly, in 6 years he would be going away to school, and then I wouldn't have any restrictions as far as that goes. But I was very happy to have those restrictions. He's the only one I have. I go to all his baseball games. If you looked in my book, all his games are appointments for me. So I was able to do that because of this career. If I was working 9 to 5, I couldn't go to a 4 o'clock game. I couldn't do many of those things. So this career has afforded me the ability not only to make a living and help people, but also to do the things that I wanted to do with and for Joe.
I've always valued education in terms of just continuing to grow. So I obviously had to get my insurance license and investment, but it was very important for me to get my investment license very early on. I think the real value is it's again going back to that idea of leverage. And educating ourselves, not only does it certainly, you know, have a little bit of confidence, but I think our clients appreciate the fact that we aren't doing, you know, just the seeing people and trying to be transactional, but are really trying to show them that we are thinking about what's invaluable. And especially in professional accreditations, in the financial services industry, it is more about how does it impact your client, and any more I'm able to give them adds to the client relationship.
You have many opportunities in different directions. I've taken some leadership courses. I've taken LUTC courses, which are educational with product or estate planning, some of those things. I'm actually right now working on another series test, and then I've set personal goals to complete my LUTCF, then probably start my CHFC, which those are all designations in the industry. So the industry is constantly changing, so you constantly have to educate yourself and move forward. And it's very education friendly. I mean, there's many opportunities through different venues to do that.
Never presume who is going to bring you business. And that's something that I think we all sort of learn maybe the hard way, but be good to everybody, over-deliver, treat everybody as if they could be your best client.
Well, in the early years, it was hit or miss. I got pretty good at telephoning people. Today, most of my business comes from referrals from either clients or centers of influence, accountants, attorneys, other professionals who know about me.
I do probably say about 10% of new clients is meeting through networking meetings or through personal, hey, I'd love to talk with you further. But 90% to 95% is purely me. Have you found value in this conversation? Who should I be sharing myself with? Working with women is, very fulfilling for me, because I do feel that at this point, professionally, we've taken huge steps over the last 25 years, and I feel like the financial side for women is probably the last bastion for true independence, from our fathers, our uncles, our brothers, whoever, to really have ownership over our finance. So while I don't have all women clients, definitely I have, a significant component.
All my clients aren't women, but all the reaching out that I do are to women. I do seminars to women and a lot of educational opportunities like that.
Actually, I have had several men come to me and say to me that they prefer working with a woman because a woman cares about them, a woman remembers their birthday, a woman remembers things about their family, a woman pays closer attention to their situation, because women I think, are more relationship oriented. And more men are looking for a relationship instead of a transactional arrangement.
I think that some of our natural instincts and the abilities that we have, that God's given us, the fact that we like to nurture people and to help people, that's inherent to who we are as a woman. I think it fits perfectly into our career.
Women have a natural ability to make people more comfortable, more at ease, to bring about trust, and that relationship building is at the core of that. And I think that that's very important when you're dealing with people's finances, particularly in a rough economic time.
Currently, 51% of the wealth is managed by women. We all know we need women advisors. Only 13% of all financial advisors are women, and that's because there's not enough mentoring. There's not enough relationship builders for women, and that's where WIFS comes into play. WIFS is here to help women in that development stage and advancement stage of their careers to get through the ups and downs. So WIFS really builds you up and gives you the tools to make your career and to become successful. There's no reason as a woman that you are not a member of WIFS.